Hello everybody, welcome back to Countdown to Divination, day number 32. My name is Hoppa or Josh, and I'm fucking pumped. Um, so, lots of things happened today. Firstly, I'll just get this out of the way. I finished my summer class for this year, and I guess officially finished my freshman year in college, which is cool. So, glad that that's done. I get like 2 weeks of summer, and then I get to go back in as a sophomore. So fun stuff. Just a fucking revolving door for college, and it just never stops. But you know what? Not too bothered. Just glad it's done. Anyways, so yesterday I told you guys I wasn't gonna get any levels, and let's get a drum roll going here. Obviously didn't get any levels. Surprise, surprise. That's because I had a final earlier in the morning today, and now that that's finished, I can actually do some stuff for like 2.5 weeks or something like that, which actually lines up pretty well with when Divination comes out. So Divination will probably come out my first week of my sophomore year. That'll suck. But you know what? We're gonna deal with it, and that's that. So, for today, let's set a goal for one of these pretty hard ones. Let's do the RuneSpan daily that we have, and then the daily that I'm gonna get in a few, and then we can go from there and probably do some other daily kind of stuff, like maybe penguin hunting and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll get our daily done there. And then, I don't know which one I want to do. Probably 96 Thieving. 96 Thieving is going to be harder to get than 94 Hunter. But that's the reason why I'm trying to get 96 Thieving, is that it's going to be harder and more time consuming, etc, etc. So while I have the time, I might as well use it, right? So I think 96 Thieving will be the goal of today, and then I'm going to finish off my daily for rune crafting, and then whichever daily it is for whatever skill it is. I hope that it's going to be one of my skills, you know, either runecrafting, construction, hunter, crafting, or thieving, but the likelihood is that it won't be, but you just never know. You just never know. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this part of it. Now, here's the really exciting part. I think earlier today, or earlier yesterday, I'm just figuring it out now, rather. The premium members newsletter came out, whatever. And I am not a premium member. However, I do know people who happen to have premium members, and I also know people who are able to take a friggin' print screen of it. So it makes this kind of premium member thing not so premium. It's very easy to share it around. And I'm going to say it now. Thank you very much, Vindico QE. I don't know exactly how to say your name, but I think that's my best shot at it. He took a print screen of it for me and sent it to me to one of my emails, and it's good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys it because I don't know how many of you actually have it, but I figure it'll be beneficial to you guys as well as to me if you all see it. So here it is. You can see it's a little bit cropped up because of the dimensions that I have recording. It just says at the top, "Welcome to the latest edition of the Premier Club newsletter." So there's a lot of information about Divination because Divination is going to be coming out this month. And then there's a few other things, but we'll focus on Divination first. So I took a few notes on it kind of give you guys at least an idea of what it seems like. So pretty much the top part is all about divination and all about what you can do with it. So they're talking about having portents, which are these things that you keep in your inventory that add some kind of buff to you. There's apparently this restoration one which heals you once you get below 50% health. What I figure this is it's similar to a cornucopia that you got from the Thanksgiving event from I don't know how long ago, but in that you put food into these portents, and then once you drop below that, it just eats the food for you. You don't have to bother clicking. It'll just do it. And another thing that I figure will happen with these portents, and actually even these signs, which I'll get into in just a minute, is that they're going to be one-time use or limited time use items. So that way you have to keep training it, and you have to keep building them, and all that other stuff, similar to how scrimshaws are. So, portents, they're kept in your inventory, and they do have special effects, and so they do things automatically for you, as long as you have it set to do so. And then there's signs. Signs are things that are kept in your pocket, and there's one that apparently saves you from killing blows. Now, I don't know how many killing blows it'll save you from. It says a killing blow there, but it could mean you can be saved by 3 total, or you can be saved by 1 in 3 hours, or you can be saved by 1 overall, and then it just breaks. I don't know. What I'm assuming is that these signs are also limited time use or one-time use, and this particular one is going to be a single time use, because it says it's going to save you from a killing blow, a single killing blow. So these are kept in your pocket. These are automatically on, as well as portents. They're all also automatically on. You don't have to bother activating it like you have to do with a scrimshaw. It just is on whenever you have it equipped. So there's these life-saving ones. I'm sure that there's other ones for like skillers and stuff. They won't be leaving you out if you don't do a lot of bossing. And also another thing I want to mention is that I don't believe that the life-saving one will be in PvP. I don't think it'll work. I don't even think they may allow portents and signs into the wilderness, just like they used to prevent overloads and stuff from being in the wilderness. I think that would make sense to me, but it just depends on how overpowered they may be or how underpowered they may be. If they're really nerfed, then I can see why they would be allowed into the wilderness, because it wouldn't make much of a difference. But if they're pretty good and pretty useful, then I can see why they wouldn't work in PvP. So that's the top part. That's pretty much the most important part to me, but there's also some other things. So another thing you're going to be able to do with Divination is use it in Daemonheim, and it seems to be pretty useful in there, because this says that there's going to be portents of passage that will bypass level barriers that you have for skill doors. So let's just say you're blocked by like a 99 thieving door, and you have, let's just say, under 99, and you don't want a potion for it. So you could just make one of these portents. I don't know how, because there's no real details as far as how Divination will be put into Daemonheim, but that seems pretty cool. That seems very useful to me. However, what is going to be interesting is it going to just be, okay, one-time use, it doesn't matter what your level is, you could be level 1, and let's just say you spawn a level 99 thieving door, will it just let you through? Or will it be, okay, you have to be this level, so it's based on your level rather than just saying, nope, you can just go through? I don't know. I think that's something that we should keep an eye on, because if it's something where it's just like, it doesn't matter what your level is, it just lets you through, free pass, just once, one-time use, that is insanely valuable for dungeoneering. That is going to be pretty much a requirement, I guess, for dungeoneering, and I don't know, I find that really interesting to me, because when I did dungeoneering, you always had to be prepared to make potions. Always. You picked up your Lycopus, you picked up your Magebanes, you picked up all the other friggin' herbs every time you're in a floor. Because you never know when you're going to come across a potion door, and then you have to go, oh crap, I don't know where any of them are, so now I have to go back to the home telly, buy a friggin' herb seed, plant it, wait a minute, and then harvest it, make the potion. Meanwhile, everyone else has waited probably about 5 minutes, and yeah. So, I think that's pretty cool. It will definitely, if it's that way, it will definitely make dungeoneering faster. And, of course, for dungeoneering, it's all about being fast, at least as it is right now. They've always said that they want to change how it is, but I don't think that that'll happen anytime soon. Because, as is right now, dungeoneering's pretty much dead. And if they change it to be like, okay, we want people to go slower, we want people to actually get the max level mod, etc., etc., it's going to end up killing it, in my opinion. But, again, just my personal opinion, you guys don't have to agree with it. Anyways, so that's one of the interesting things I think about Divination and what it will entail. The next few things, there's like something about high scores. It's not that big of a deal. Obviously, you're going to get new high scores for a new skill. It's not like, oh my god, that's such a novel idea. It's always been that way, so it's not that part, at least, is not something people should be like totally shocked about. The next few things, there's like being able to transmute lower tiered resources into higher tiered resources. Now, it's not a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. It'd probably be something where it's very balanced. Like, let's just say you get 5 U-logs and you want to transmute that. You could transmute it into like 1 magic log or something like that. Probably something where it won't bring in, it won't inflate the economy, because you don't want that, obviously. Because as is right now in RuneScape, the economy is inflated as hell. But that's just because of the way Jagex tends to release their bosses and all these other things. It's very easy to inflate the economy. But, nevertheless, I don't think that they'll do it in this. Because this actually has the potential to be like, okay, it'll scale with the GE price of each of the items. So, as it says in here, you can transmute a U-log into a portion or a fraction of a magic log. It says a few U-logs into a magic log or something like that in there. So, you could probably assume that there's going to be some static fraction, some static multiplier onto these transmutations. So that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly how and in what manner this will work. Like, do you have to be woodcutting at the time? You're like, if you're woodcutting some, let's just say U-logs right now, and you wanted to transmute it, could you kind of, like, is it a right-click option? Is it all these other things? There's a lot to do with that, and I think that's pretty cool. One of the big things people should be looking at is not woodcutting, but mining, because Runite ore is insanely expensive right now, because nobody goes and does it. It's like 12k each. So that is usually a very good boss drop. So I have a fear that this will definitely deflate the price of Runite ore. But I guess that's just how things are. So, one of the other things that they've mentioned in this is there's going to be new trees and logs. I have no idea about that. Never knew anything about that. Didn't think they were going to do anything like that, but that's pretty cool. I think this may come along with another graphic update to trees, but we'll see. Dungeoneering task set, nothing really too inconspicuous about that, because everyone knows really what a task set is, at least by now. And I've seen a few of the suggestions for this task set, and I think it'll be pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not too worried about it, because any of the things that they have in there are probably going to be able to be... I'm going to be able to do it, because I'm 120 Dungeoneering. Missing Presumed Death, a new Sliske. I don't even know how to say his name. I think Osborne calls him Sliske, but that doesn't make sense because it's Silske. Something like that. Anyways, so there's a new Silske quest coming up. That'll be pretty cool. If you guys follow Silske, as far as like God Emissaries goes, that's pretty cool. I'm interested in it because he was probably my second choice, and my third choice would have been Zaros. But that's just me. Then there's a dwarf quest coming out, like everyone should know by now. We voted on it, I don't know how long ago, probably, I want to say a month or two ago, something like that. But yeah, so that does it for this premium members thing. I just threw my notepad. Sorry. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming up, and I think there's a lot there that Jagex is promising, and I'm looking forward to it. However, I have some reservations as far as some of the divination stuff goes, but you know what? I'm willing to go in with a open mind and test it out as is. So, I've really gone way over my time here. I usually try to keep these under 15 minutes. This was not under 15 minutes. This was like 17 minutes or so. 18 minutes now. Woo! So, thank you all for listening to me jabber. Please be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, all that great stuff. I will be putting out a new Terraria today, and that will finish off session number 4 there. So then I can get into session 5, and then, actually, not session 5. We've actually got some pretty cool stuff coming up for Terraria. I actually made a house. So you guys will be seeing that in the next 2 videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to render out the thing where I'm explaining making my house, and then I'm going to upload the house today. So that's pretty cool. I've had this done for ages because, like I've said, way back in like April or something, or May, I don't remember when, I loaded up on Terraria, and so we're working through that right now. We're probably around halfway through what I have, so I'm getting itchy to play again, but that's just me. So, if you guys like Terraria, or if you guys like watching really sped up things, like maybe 5.5 hours of footage put into 30 minutes, I say go check it out. The house build is actually, it's not, there's no commentary by me, because that would have been just terrible for 5.5 hours, listening to me drone on and on and on about it. But yeah. So, yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You guys already know all that. And I'll see you in the next video.